Hello everyone, it's Sheila back again. Welcome to my channel. I have been busy today. I've been doing some of my little crochet bags. The ones I had I've done 4 squares and that zip's not opening there. Put the lining in. I've finished the squares, put the zips in and put the lining on. So I've done that one. That's a pink one, and then I've done the green one. Little thing inside. I'm trying to get these finished before midnight tonight because I have the special offer on eBay again where they give me 80% off the selling fee, so I'll only have to pay 20%. They actually take off 12.8%, that's their fee. Plus every order there's an extra 30p added on. So I would be selling these for £10 and normally, so they would take off £1.28 plus 30 pence. And plus as this is would be a class as a large letter because of the thickness, it wouldn't go through the ordinary thing, so it would be a second class stamp, which I think is £1.10 if I sold one. So those selling fees, Etsy takes 80% off and only charges me 20%, but they still charge a 30p because that's for every order. That's not the actual selling fee, that's an order fee. So bearing in mind what the wool costs, I was sent this wool. It didn't cost me anything, but if I was buying it I would have to take the price of the wool off, and then there would be about £1.50 for eBay, and then the stamp, which is £1.10. So there's going to be over £4 taken off £10 for what I would sell it for. So I always try, if I have anything, I try to keep it until this offer comes up, because it comes up once a fortnight. It comes up on a Friday, and I have up until midnight on Monday to put anything up. So that's what I like to do. So I have two that I'm going to put up. I'm still working on the rest. I've started this one. I've pinned the zip. I've had to do everything by hand on here except the little linings that go inside. These are little linings that go inside. I can sew the sides of those up on my sewing machine, and anything else I can. But I tried with this one to put the zip in, because I put the zip in first on top of the underneath the crochet. And then I put the bag in, and after I sew the bag I sew the bag on top of the stitches. But I tried to put it through my machine, but it didn't matter how many times I tried twice, and while I had it pinned perfectly, by the time it got to the end of it, it stretches the wool, so I couldn't do it that way. And I wasted about an hour and a half on my sewing machine just doing these things here, because I could not get it to work properly. Every time the thread kept snapping and it kept bundling up like it was splitting, and you're getting little balls in. And then I've got one of those little things for threading the needle, you know, the little thin wire on the end you put inside, because I cannot see to thread those needles to save my life. But because of my age, I could do it okay, and not having to wear glasses. I could do it okay when I was younger, when I didn't wear glasses and that, but just can't seem to do it now. So I use that little thing. Only didn't it go and break. The little thin wire on the end snapped off it, and it was the only one I had, so I'm going to have to get another one of those for using it. But the thread, the trouble I was having with the thread, I couldn't understand what was happening, because it was I kept trying different bobbins, and I have my the sewing box I have, it's one of those concertina ones you pull apart, you know, with all the compartments in, and it belonged to my mother, and it came to me after my mother died. And all those threads that's in there, I've never had to buy any threads because it was full of threads, because my mother was a tailoress. She did a lot of, you know, a lot of sewing, children's clothes and little dresses and all sorts of things like that. But she never did much probably in her later years, because like my mother's eyesight, I think she was nearly blind actually, her eyesight got really bad and she couldn't do things, so it must have been about 30 years. So those bobbins of thread have been in that machine, in that box for about 50 years. And I think there must be a sell date on, you know, a use-by date on thread. Because I had to hunt around in my house and I did find some, you know, bobbins of thread that I had bought myself years, you know, even those are years old. But I found quite a few and I changed the thread and it worked perfect after that. So they weren't the only thing I can assume. I tried quite a few different bobbins because I've got a few different colours. I tried the green and I tried the pink and any other colour I was trying, and they were all going like that. So that's why I'm saying there must be a sell-by date on thread. Doesn't put the sell-by date on the thread, but anyway, I managed. I had to do it all by hand, so I stitched the zip in first onto the wool, and then I put it's all hand stitched. You can see the little stitches across the top. I had to hand stitch the bag on top of the zip. Well, I just clipped onto the stitches that I had put the zip, because I stitched the zip in with the wool and I stitched it so it went through the centre of the stitches along there, so you can't see the stitching. So when I put the little bags in, I just stitched over the threads that had come through on the other side of the zip to put the bag in. But it was a bit trouble, and then I was trying to work out what I could do for the sides to make them look neat. I did try to double crochet down one side, but it just didn't look tidy. The way it was alright on one side, the other side wasn't the same. So I tried mattress stitch, you know, where you go in one side, you pick two loops together, you go through both loops, come right through the other side and come back again and go down, so you're going like around like this all the time, and that works much better. I got a much better seam. I don't know whether you can see the seam on there, the way it is. So that's what I know what to do with these now, is to do with the mattress stitch. I think that's what it's called. I'm not absolutely certain. I've never done it before. I just tried it out on these. But when I come to do this one, I was going to do it this way, that the stripes going that way, because I had originally crocheted it to do it this way, to do that way. But with the sides, I crocheted down the side to make an edge on there, thinking it would be for the zip, but it just did not look tidy, because some places is thicker than others because of the I didn't cut the wool off when I was changing the colours. I just looped the wool up the sides when I was doing it. So I've ended up having to do it that way. It's going to look much neater that way, because I'll do that stitch and I'll tighten up the side, because you can probably see the edge does sort of come up, and it just did not look tidy, so it's going that way. So I'll be doing that one later. I'm going to do myself some tea. It's 4:30 now. I'm going to do some tea for myself and try and get the other two of these done before midnight. But I could have saved myself an hour and a half this morning if I hadn't tried to mess on with my sewing machine. If I hadn't realised why the thread it kept snapping as well, why it kept going in little bubbles and... But you live and learn, don't you? That's these kind of things that, come to try you. And I've been doing a little bit, another one of my little cardigans. I'm doing the blackberry stitch for this one. This is one of the ones for Helen. I have 3 to do for Helen, for her, I think they're her grandkids. and she wants 3 with this stitch on, so I'll just do a little bit of this because it's onto the knitting rows while I'm talking. So I thought I'd get on with those ones. So I did a little bit of this morning before I started messing on with the bags. So I thought, didn't think they would take me so long as they did because of all the time I'm seeing I wasted with my sewing machine. But I wanted to get what I can to get started on these ones and get these finished, because I have quite a few little ones to do, and I did manage to catch the young girl next door and give her the 2 little white cardigans that I had done. And my own knitting, I'm doing my own of a night time. That's how far I've got with the sleeve. So tonight I'll probably do, hopefully if I get the bags finished early enough, I don't think they're going to take me that long, I'll do a little bit of my own, because I'm not far off the armholes now. And then there'll only be one more sleeve to do after that, and then I can get it all sewn up, ready for when I might need it in the colder weather. But it has been rotten miserable day today. It's dull and dark. It is darkish today. It's miserable, and that's why I'm using my computer, because there's no sunshine coming out to make the video go bright and dark. It did go a little bit bright before, but there wasn't the sunshine. It did brighten up a little bit, but it's been raining as well. And you know, these things, I've got things to do in my garden and I just can't get out for the rain. And the weeds are just growing like something not right. You know, sometimes you have an awful lot of trouble getting vegetables and flowers to grow, but the weeds grow no trouble at all, don't they? And there's quite a lot in my back garden, but they're all those, you know, where the roots don't go very far. You can just pull them out by hand. That's what I'll probably be doing with some of the weeds in the back garden. But anyway, I'm going to get on with my tea and then carry on with those bags. And it's just a little brightness, just the sun, and not the sun, it just brightened up the window a little bit, but it just flashed across my screen. I wish I could do something about the autofocus on this computer, but there's just no way to turn it off. That's what you need to be able to turn it off. Why do they have autofocus, you know, that you can't do anything with? Because if it's too bright, it spoils the videos. But anyway, that's my little bit for today. I'm just going, like I'm saying, I'm going to do my tea and carry on with what I was doing. So thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll catch you all another time. So bye for now.